Equals, you know that feeling when you're standing in the seed aisle of the garden center, holding 2 packets of tomato seeds, 1 heirloom, 1 hybrid, and suddenly every past gardening attempt floods your memory? Your hands start to sweat, packet edges crinkling between your fingers. The fluorescent lights buzz overhead, and you realize you have absolutely no guarantee which seeds will actually produce fruit this season. Or that moment when you're calibrating a new research protocol in the lab, and your entire hypothesis balances on the razor's edge of previous experimental data. Your chest tightens. The pipette feels heavy in your hand. Every movement is a potential betrayal of everything you thought you understood about cellular behavior. Then there's the split second after your startup's investor meeting, when you're calculating potential market trajectories. Your jaw clenches. Spreadsheets blur into a landscape of pure probability. Each projection is a delicate architecture built on the fragile assumption that past performance might, just might, predict future success. These moments reveal something profound. Our entire understanding of reality rests on a philosophical tightrope. David Hume understood this fundamental uncertainty decades before we could mathematically model complexity. The problem of induction isn't just an academic concept, it's the quiet tremor beneath every decision you'll ever make. Equals, just because the sun has risen every morning of your life doesn't guarantee it will rise tomorrow. Your past experiences are not a promise, but a suggestion. What if every choice is actually a leap of faith? What if certainty is just a comforting illusion we've constructed to make sense of a fundamentally unpredictable universe? Your breath catches. The seed packets. The research protocol. The investor pitch. They're all just sophisticated guesses, educated, researched, meticulously planned, but guesses nonetheless. And somehow, miraculously, we keep moving forward. Equals, that fear you just felt? It is costing you more than you realize. Every time you blindly trust a pattern without questioning its underlying logic, you're falling into what David Hume called the problem of induction. It's not about being cynical, it's about being critically aware. Think of induction like a dangerous autopilot. You assume because something happened before, it will happen again exactly the same way. Consider 3 scenarios where this silent trap destroys your potential. First, the startup founder who keeps hiring brilliant engineers with identical resumes, believing past success guarantees future performance. Your chest tightens as each new hire disappoints, your breath catching with each missed deadline. The pattern looks identical, but the context shifts imperceptibly. Second, imagine the chronic dieter who follows the same weight loss plan that worked 5 years ago. Your hands tremble while measuring portions, stomach churning with familiar restrictions. But your metabolism, hormones, stress levels, everything has changed. The old map no longer matches the territory. Third, picture the musician still chasing the creative process that produced her first hit album. Shoulders heavy with expectation, jaw clenching during every recording session. She's trying to recreate a moment that was unique, unrepeatable, a lightning strike you cannot manufacture. The brutal truth? Past performance does not guarantee future results. Equals, each moment is fundamentally unique, carrying its own complex variables. Your brain loves shortcuts, craves predictability. But reality is far more nuanced. This philosopher's insight isn't about paralyzing doubt. It's an invitation to radical presence. To observe carefully. To question assumptions. To recognize that every situation contains unexpected potential. Your patterns are not prophecies. They are merely suggestions, not commandments. Equals, so why do we do this to ourselves? The answer lies in a fundamental misunderstanding. You're standing in the pediatric oncology waiting room, your daughter's medical file clutched so tightly your knuckles have gone white. Every past conversation with doctors plays like a broken record in your mind. Each previous conversation becomes a prediction, a promise of what might happen next. Your breath catches in your throat, a sharp, desperate thing. Or you're reviewing the startup's quarterly projections, watching how last year's data seems to whisper promises about future performance. Your chest tightens with each spreadsheet column, each number feeling like a prophecy. The stomach-churning anxiety of prediction pulses beneath your skin. Then there's the moment you're listening to your partner describe their day, and suddenly every past argument, every previous miscommunication, starts assembling itself like a predictive algorithm. Your jaw clenches. Your shoulders grow heavy with the weight of anticipated conflict. David Hume understood something profound. We are meaning-making machines desperately trying to create certainty where none truly exists. We take limited past experiences and transform them into universal laws, believing the future will obediently follow our mental scripts. But here's the radical insight: past performance does not guarantee future results. Not in medicine. Not in business. Not in relationships. Each moment is fundamentally unprecedented, a fresh landscape without predetermined paths. Your brain craves patterns. It wants to believe that because something happened before, it will happen again. This is not logic, this is survival instinct disguised as reasoning. We create these predictive models to feel safe, to feel in control. The problem of induction isn't just a philosophical concept. It's the story of human vulnerability, our desperate attempt to make sense of a fundamentally uncertain world by pretending we can see around corners. Your power lies not in prediction, but in presence. In understanding that each moment arrives unscripted, waiting for your unique response. Now that we understand where this wisdom comes from, let us break down exactly how it works. You're standing in the pediatric oncology waiting room, your daughter's medical file clutched so tightly your knuckles have gone white. Every single test result before has been negative, but something in your gut tells you today might be different. This is where Hume's problem of induction becomes brutally real. Your breath catches in your throat. Past experiences suggest good news, but prediction is not guaranteed. The waiting room's fluorescent lights buzz overhead, casting harsh shadows across worn linoleum. Your stomach churns with anticipation, muscles coiled like compressed springs. Consider 3 scenarios where inductive reasoning fails spectacularly. 1. The medical prediction. You've watched every previous scan come back clean. Your mind has constructed a narrative of safety, of continued health. But scientific observation doesn't promise future outcomes. Each moment is its own universe, unbound by previous data points. 2. The startup trajectory. Your tech company has seen 3 consecutive quarters of growth. Investors are confident. Spreadsheets predict continued success. But markets are complex ecosystems, not mathematical equations. Tomorrow's algorithm could shatter every previous projection. 3. The relationship pattern. You've navigated 15 years of marriage with predictable rhythms. Communication feels smooth, almost mechanical. But human connections are not machines. One unexpected conversation can transform everything you thought you knew. Hume understood something profound. Our brains crave patterns, but patterns are not promises. We construct elaborate stories of predictability, believing the future will mirror the past. But reality is more fluid, more mysterious. The wisdom isn't to abandon prediction, but to hold it lightly. Recognize the beautiful uncertainty. Your predictions are hypotheses, not guarantees. They're compass points, not concrete roads. Your hand trembles slightly as you realize, uncertainty is not weakness. It's radical honesty. Breathe into that space between what you know and what you cannot know. There lies true understanding. Here is where everything shifts. This is not just a technique, it is a complete transformation. Scenario 1. The research grant. Before, your fingers hover over the keyboard, paralyzed. Another rejection letter sits crumpled beside your laptop. You've spent months constructing a research proposal, meticulously documenting every hypothesis, every potential outcome. Your chest feels like a vice, squeezing tight with each remembered dismissal. After, David Hume whispers in your ear, not every pattern guarantees future prediction. You realize your scientific method itself is an assumption, a beautiful, fragile construct. Your breath softens. The grant rejection isn't a failure but an invitation to radical humility. Knowledge isn't about proving everything, but about embracing uncertainty. Your shoulders drop. You're not building a fortress of facts, but navigating a landscape of probabilities. Scenario 2, the medical diagnosis. Before, the specialist's words blur into white noise. Inconclusive, they said. Your hands tremble, skin suddenly clammy. Years of medical tests, each promising clarity, have delivered nothing but more questions. Your stomach churns with accumulated anxiety. After, you understand now, every diagnosis is a temporary narrative, not an absolute truth. Hume's insight transforms your relationship with uncertainty. Medical knowledge isn't a fixed map but a constantly shifting terrain. Your jaw unclenches. You're not a victim of incomplete information, but a curious explorer of complex systems. Scenario 3, the creative block. Before, the blank page mocks you. Another unfinished manuscript. Your throat tightens with familiar shame. You've analyzed every potential plot twist, yet something remains stubbornly unwritten. Creativity feels like an impossible mathematics. Suddenly, you see your creative process differently. Not as a linear progression, but as a dynamic exploration. Each abandoned draft isn't a failure, but evidence of ongoing discovery. Your hands relax. You're not trying to predict the perfect story, but to dance with possibility. In each moment, you're learning. Knowledge isn't about absolute certainty, but about embracing the beautiful, terrifying uncertainty at the heart of human understanding. Understanding the shift is one thing. Here is how you practice it, starting today. You're standing in the pediatric oncology waiting room, clipboard trembling in your hands. Your daughter's latest test results sit sealed in an envelope, and every fiber of your being wants to believe this time will be different. But Hume whispers, past patterns don't guarantee future outcomes. The predictive uncertainty audit begins here. First technique, deliberately challenge your automatic assumptions. Your chest tightens as you open the envelope, breath catching. Instead of spiraling into worst-case scenarios, you pause. What evidence actually exists? What am I projecting versus what is real? Second technique, the probabilistic perspective shift. Your hands stop shaking as you reframe. Not this will definitely happen, but statistically, what are the genuine possibilities? Medical science evolves. Research advances. Your narrative isn't fixed. You've watched countless parents here, shoulders hunched, faces etched with predetermined grief. But you're different. You're practicing radical intellectual humility. Each moment exists independently, not chained to previous experiences. Your throat loosens. The waiting room's fluorescent lights feel less harsh. By questioning your assumptions, you're not dismissing hope, you're making space for genuine possibility. The doctor emerges. Remarkable improvement, she says. Your stomach, previously knotted, releases its tension. This isn't about magical thinking. It's about understanding that our minds construct narratives constantly, and those narratives aren't reality. They're interpretations, malleable and imperfect. Hume understood something profound: certainty is an illusion. But within that uncertainty lies extraordinary potential. By refusing to be trapped by past patterns, you create space for unexpected outcomes. Your daughter smiles. The world shifts, again, in ways no prediction could capture. Once you have practiced these techniques, the next step is weaving them into daily life. You wake before sunrise, your coffee steam curling like question marks above the mug. The morning feels different now, not a battlefield of expectations, but a landscape of possibilities. During your commute, you catch yourself watching the patterns. The bus driver's precise turns. The rhythm of windshield wipers. You're no longer just observing, you're questioning the very nature of prediction. Your chest feels lighter, breath moving more freely, knowing that certainty is an illusion you're learning to dance with, not fight against. At work, a project proposal gets unexpectedly rejected. Years ago, this would have sent your stomach into knots, jaw clenching so tight your molars would ache. Now? You feel the initial surge of disappointment, a tightness across your shoulders, but you pause. What assumptions led you here? What invisible patterns are you repeating? Your hands, usually trembling with reactive energy, remain steady. You're not attached to the outcome, but curious about the process. Each rejection becomes data, not a personal verdict. Your throat relaxes. Your breath deepens. By evening, you're sketching potential revisions, not from desperation, but genuine intellectual curiosity. The critical thinking you've cultivated isn't about being right, it's about staying open, adaptable. Your partner notices the shift. You seem different, they say. And you are. Not because you've conquered uncertainty, but because you've learned to sit with it, to listen to its whispers without being consumed. Before sleep, you reflect. This practice isn't about eliminating doubt. It's about transforming your relationship with the unknown. Your shoulders drop. Your mind quiets. This is not perfection, it is direction. Let us bring this full circle. Remember where we started? 7 parts ago, you were trapped in a maze of your own making, believing the stories you told yourself about limitation, fear, and impossibility. Now, standing here, you understand something profound: uncertainty isn't your enemy. It's your most honest companion. David Hume would smile at this moment. The problem of induction isn't about predicting the future, it's about embracing that you cannot truly know what comes next. And that's not a weakness. It's radical freedom. Imagine you're a freelance graphic designer, staring at a blank project proposal. Months ago, you'd have spiraled, calculating every potential rejection, mapping every potential failure. Now, your hands rest softly on the keyboard. Your breath moves easily. You understand that no amount of mental gymnastics can guarantee an outcome. You write. Not from fear, but curiosity. Or picture yourself in a medical waiting room, test results pending. Previously, your chest would have tightened, stomach churning with catastrophic scenarios. Now, you sit. Present. Breathing. The unknown isn't a threat, it's simply unexplored territory. Your jaw doesn't clench. Your shoulders don't rise toward your ears. You are here. Fully. This isn't passive acceptance. This is active engagement with life's fundamental mystery. You're not controlling the uncontrollable, you're dancing with it. The transformation isn't about eliminating uncertainty. It's about changing your relationship to it. From enemy to teacher. From threat to invitation. If this opens something in you, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Share this with someone ready to hear it. Drop a comment, what insight hit you hardest? Watch the video appearing on screen now. Your transformation starts not tomorrow, right now, in this breath, in this choice.